Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and today I'm going to do a plan with me in my classic vertical catch-all planner, and I'm going to be using Graceful Heart, and then I also think I'm going to use a few Pixar stickers. We're going to have fun mixing and matching these two. So these are part of the new release from the Happy Planner, the fall release. I will have it linked below in the description box. So excited for both of these collections. So if you want to see this plan with me, let's go. All right, I thought these two sticker books would go together really well because the Pixar sticker book, the way they designed it is all of the characters are line drawings. There are not colors associated with the characters per se. And so they can kind of go with whatever colors you want. And I am in love with this whole Graceful Heart line. I think it is so pretty and so colorful. And so I wanted to definitely use that sticker book. And I thought, wouldn't it be fun to combine because you get so many of all of these characters, like so many of the exact same version of the character. I think you have plenty to make several different spreads. I need this to be super functional. And I know you're going to think, oh my goodness, there's so much on this page by the end, but it makes sense to me and it's going to be really functional. Over on the left-hand side, I like a long running to-do list. This is where I kind of brain dump, usually in advance of the week or during the week when I have things come up like tasks that need to be done and I don't have a specific day to assign them to. I like to have that long running to-do list over there. Sometimes it is really specific, like if I'm planning for a specific event or, a tournament or a work thing, it can be used for all kinds of things, but I love having that to-do list. So we're going to go with the long sidebar and then we're going to have all of these little Pixar characters kind of popping out. So we have Mr. and Mrs. Incredible, we have Sully, we have Nemo and Dory, and Buzz, a lot of different characters over here. I'm kind of planning it out on this sticker guide. These are plastic sticker guides that you can get from the Happy Planner, and they allow you to move your stickers really easily. So you put it down on the sticker guide, you can pull them up really easily, move things around without putting it on your page, and you can see I can kind of test it out, look at what it's going to look like over there, and then I will just white out and transfer those stickers over to that side. So the sticker guides are really good, especially if you're wanting to try something a little bit different and you want to give it like a trial run on the sticker guide first. So we're going to put this down. I still have issues because it's such a long sticker. I need the edge to stay up, but the edge does end up going down and I have to pull it up multiple times. It gets a little hairy in here, but I do find places for all these characters and I think they are so cute jumping out from behind the box. I'm so excited about this Pixar line, you guys. I love Pixar movies. I think they are a lot of fun and I have hopes that this is not the only sticker book in this line. Like I'm really hoping that we have some more coming from the Happy Planner, maybe in the winter release. Only time will tell, but I'm pumped about the whole line and I'm excited to get a chance to use the sticker book. I say this all the time in my planning videos, but I have kind of a formula that I follow for how I set up this vertical planner. Yes, I like to use the vertical box planner. There are lots of ways you can use it. You can have it be morning, afternoon, and evening. You can have, maybe you're tracking wellness in one row, and maybe you're tracking meals in one row, and maybe you're tracking schedule in another row. What I like to do for mine is I like to have schedule at the top. So in the top row is where I will put my family's schedule, which right now consists of all kinds of sports practices, like sports all the time. So all the practices and the games and all of that information will mostly exist at the top of the page. And I layer all kinds of boxes. Usually I do a box for an event. However, when I have super busy days, I will just do a box, one big box for the whole day so I have lots of room to write, which is what I'm doing for this particular Tuesday. So I like to layer all the different boxes over here. It still gives me plenty of room to write, but the schedule is what I'm going to keep up at the top. In the middle row, that's where I like to keep tasks, like things that need to get done on that particular day or things that I'm aiming to get done on that particular day. I usually like bullet points or checklists, something like that. And then in the bottom is kind of open. I can use it as decorative. I can use it as memory keeping. If it's an especially busy day, then I might have even more things to put there. It kind of can fluctuate. And when I am having a really busy week, I like to just go back to this kind of standard formula. I have been trying to like spread my wings a little bit and do some different types of layouts, but this is going to be a crazy busy week. And so we're just going to stick with the standard thing that I'm used to that makes sense in my head, and that keeps this really functional. Yes, it's fun. Yes, it's beautiful and colorful, but it's also super, super functional at the same time. All right, you can see that I am still working on getting boxes down at the top to hold all the different activities. I used a monthly box, which you can tell they're monthly boxes if they have that little notch cut out of the corner. You don't have to use those on your monthly spread. You can use them however you want. I usually like to layer them and cover up that notch, which is why I have that little circle right there. I'm trying to remember what I have going on that Thursday. We're going to shift this down because I think I'm going to have room for Mike Wazowski to kind of hang out on top of that box. That particular Thursday is going to be really busy, and I'll show you how I kind of make room for that in just a second. So I'm looking through to see what I can find. This double box will be perfect. So it's going to go down Thursday and Friday. It's a busy end to the week, so that's going to give me a lot of writing room for additional events that maybe weren't going to fit up top very well. So we'll put that, and then we'll add our grumpy guy from Up. He's so adorable. I just watched Up again the other day when I found out they were releasing a Pixar set. I started rewatching Pixar movies. So let me know in the comments which one's your favorite, Up or Monsters Inc. I think is my favorite. I think I could narrow it down to those. I do like Toy Story a lot though as well. So it might be hard to pick, but I like that I can include all of the different characters on one spread because they're all in black and white. So it makes it really easy to combine. All right, the middle section is going to be those to-do lists. I love these little semicircles that really bring in just a little bit more color. I'm alternating them top and bottom. That will end up changing as the spread evolves a little bit. So just stay tuned on that, but it helps set off that middle section in a different kind of way. All right, still looking for what decorative stickers I might want to do. I love this one. It says life is better with friends. It's going to be over here in the corner. I think maybe I'll put it askew, like maybe I'll do the functional boxes straight up and down, the decorative ones askew. Spoiler alert, I end up changing my mind because the other functional box that I like, the other decorative box I like. I can almost talk. I can't find a place for it on the page in the end. So this one ends up straightening up in just a moment. I am back in the Graceful Heart sticker book. Love this huge quote. It says, follow your heart, but I'm going to trim it down. You can see I'm using that sticker guide again to kind of play and see where it'll go. It still doesn't fit. I want it to go in this little space over here. So I just cut it apart. Like, don't be afraid to cut your stickers, especially these clear ones. It's pretty easy to cut them apart and still make them work. You're just reformatting the quote. So now it will fit perfectly in these two boxes. So I'm going to put it right there. Let's white out the middle so that it doesn't go straight through the words. Yes, that does take up a good amount of room on those pages. I always get questions about whether or not I still have room to write. I do. And for what this particular planner functions as, I still have plenty of room. Like, we have so many activities going on, it maybe wouldn't surprise you. If you're a mom and you have multiple kids, you know there's lots of activities, and I still have plenty of room to write down the things I need to write down in this particular planner. All right, I think the cutest sticker will be that little house from Up right near Follow Your Heart. That seems pretty much perfect. So we will put that right there. It's kind of flowing up from that particular quote, and that is turning out super cute. Here's where I decide, nope, that's gonna have to be vertical. No worries. It came up pretty easily because I hadn't laid it down all the way, and you can see I'm still kind of putting it down very gently, you might say. I'm not totally sure that that's where it's gonna go, and I want to include this one on the left-hand side, but I really don't. I couldn't find room, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and do some bullet points because I definitely need bullets. We're gonna go with the black and white look, like the black bullets, and this is where I end up deciding I'm gonna have to, like, it's weird that the bullets weren't going to line up because of how I put those stickers. So I add bullets on some of them where the semicircle's on the bottom. for the weekend, I decide I will change it up. I will put bullets on the bottom and then the top on the weekend. The week is kind of normal, and then we'll change up the tasks on the weekend. But I still need more bullet points, you guys. It's not working for me, so I'm gonna have to move these stickers. Here's where I decide. And you know what? They came up pretty easily. I was kind of surprised. So we'll move them all to the bottom, and we will add more bullet points. This is where I'm like, do I move it? Do I move this one? Yes. If I move this one, I have to peel up some of these clear stickers. Gets a little dicey in there, but it's going to work in the end, and I do like how it comes out. So now I have room to add more bullet points. Here at the bottom, I have to pull up that up house. Again, it's always tricky, especially when they're newer sticker books, because the stick is strong. So I highly recommend using that sticker guide to kind of plan out in case you have to move your stickers. All right, adding a little bit more, some more bullet points, and now it makes sense to me visually, the horizontal, like all of the tasks right in the middle for the weekdays, that works for me, and I think it's really coming together nicely. All right, last little bit, I decide I need a quote down in the corner. Let's go with kindness counts. So pretty, we'll add that. I need another something on Friday, so I'm gonna add a little header, and then a few more Pixar friends will find their way onto the spread, and otherwise it's done. It's super colorful, it's super fun. I realize that this is gonna be the first week of fall, and I didn't do a fall spread, and I think that's okay. I think that's the fun of decorative planning. You can do what is inspiring you at the moment, and I was all about the color for this particular spread. All right, last few little characters on here, and then this one is done. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. Like I said, these books are new releases from the Happy Planner, and I will link them in the description box below so you can check those out if you are interested. I want to give a huge shout out to my Patreon members. Thank you guys so much for all of your support. It absolutely means the world to me. If you want to check out Patreon and all of the fun things that we are doing over there, there is a tier for everybody. So check out the link in the description box below. All right, I hope that you have a fabulous day. And as always, keep it creative.